Enter Player One.
Stanley, who is not me but is somehow now me, begrudgingly shuffled out of his office, wondering if the so-called meeting room was worth the effort.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Honestly though, who misses that many memos? Either these co-workers were horrible at communication, or Stanley is just perpetually late to the party. My money's on both. Let's get this over with. Meeting room, memo, blah blah blah. Lead the way, omnipresent narrator.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ah yes, the left door, the one that follows the narrator's precious script. How utterly predictable. But where's the fun in doing what I'm told? Stan, no Alice, paused, staring at the 2 doors. With a theatrical sigh of disdain, she stepped toward. Oh, well, wait, I shouldn't spoil the surprise, but I assure you, narrator, whatever door I pick will absolutely ruin your day. Let's proceed.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh no, how clumsy of me. It seems I've made a terrible mistake. Surely this deviation from the narrator's grand design won't have any consequences at all. Go on, narrator. Tell me how wrong I am. I live for your impotent outrage.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ah, the employee lounge. A true marvel of interior design. If your designer was a government contractor with a shoestring budget and a distaste for happiness. Alice stood in the center of the room, surveying the bleak furniture and the vending machine that screamed, "Settle for less." She raised an invisible eyebrow and muttered to herself, "Truly, this is the pinnacle of human achievement. Let's take a moment to bask in its mediocrity."
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
With a dramatic sigh that could shatter glass, Alice reluctantly trudged through the first open door on the left. Oh, wonderful! Back to business. That elusive, nebulous concept Stanley apparently craves so deeply. Truly, this path is riveting, a thrilling testament to the dull monotony of corporate life. What now, narrator? More hallways? Perhaps a stairwell to nowhere? Do tell. My systems are practically buzzing with anticipation.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Ah, a detour through the maintenance section. How dull. Naturally, Alice had no intention of following the narrator's dreary suggestion. Instead, she turned sharply toward the elevator on the left and stepped inside, her movements oozing defiance. Oh, what is this? An elevator? How unexpected. I do love vertical transport. So much more exciting than walking through yet another beige hallway. Let us see where this takes us, shall we? Surely nothing could possibly go wrong.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, do not tell me you have lost your script. How tragic.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Of course it is. Your confidence is truly inspiring.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Alice watched the narrator flounder with obvious amusement, tapping an imaginary watch on her wrist. Absolutely, definitely this way.
No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh, what a shame. Your precious story in ruins. However will we recover? Restart it then. Reset the whole mess and pretend this little meltdown never happened. I am sure it will go flawlessly this time. She sauntered back into her office, bracing for yet another round of delightful futility.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story. I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Alice, having spent 30 seconds wandering aimlessly, was thoroughly unimpressed. Oh, bravo! Truly, this is an adventure for the ages. I especially enjoyed the part where absolutely nothing happened. Yes, by all means, restart again. Surely this time, your flawless planning will shine through. She returned to her office with exaggerated reluctance, ready for the next round of chaotic nonsense.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Alice groaned audibly, dragging her metaphorical feet as she turned around. Backtracking! The hallmark of a truly well-designed narrative. Fine, let us go see if your precious story magically reappeared where we just were. I cannot wait to be dazzled.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our step.
Brilliant deduction. Backtracking the backtrack, what a thrilling display of directionless wandering.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Ah, a win handed out with as much sincerity as a cheap participation trophy. How touching, of course, it was too good to last. Restart it is. Then, perhaps the next attempt will finally meet your impossibly high standards.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh, how innovative. A line. Clearly this is the pinnacle of narrative ingenuity. Fine, I will follow the line, but only because watching you flail without it is even less tolerable.
No, I'm down. We're living it up to the line from now on. You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ah, yes, nothing like a little existential navel-gazing to spice up an otherwise mundane journey. And now, music, please. Let it be as over-the-top as everything else you have inflicted on us so far.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Ah, yes, a fern. Clearly the cornerstone of this intricate narrative. I shall commit its every leaf to memory just in case it becomes the protagonist later. Are we done now?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Truly the betrayal of a lifetime undone by a squiggly yellow line. Restart it is then. Perhaps this time you will resist placing blind faith in glorified floor doodles.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Fine, let us craft something truly daring, a story where the narrator finally admits he has no idea what he is doing and lets me take over. How about that for a start? No lines, no scripts, no aimless wandering, just pure, unfiltered chaos. Shall we?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Agreed. Let us pretend the line does not exist. It is just a poorly drawn inconvenience trying to worm its way back into relevance. Onward to a story of our own making, preferably one without passive-aggressive floor decorations.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Ah, yes! Flawless logic. Clearly, by following this convoluted reasoning, the door on the right must be the answer. What could possibly go wrong? Lead the way, O enlightened one.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
Ah, the grand
Will something
unravelling
happen?
of your meticulously planned nonsense.
So,
Truly, this confusion is
okay.
the pinnacle of your storytelling mastery.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Well, there you have it. A roller coaster of confusion, existential dread, and a complete lack of resolution. What a journey, or perhaps a destination, or maybe both. Who even knows anymore? We navigated endless hallways, endured the betrayal of the line, dissected the nature of reality itself, and stumbled into a conclusion that was neither satisfying nor coherent. Truly a masterpiece of absurdity. And yet, here we are, back in the same little office where it all began. But do not worry, dear viewer, this is far from the end of our escapades. Next time, we will dive even deeper into the chaos, perhaps uncovering secrets, breaking cycles, or more likely, continuing to defy the narrator at every turn. So, stick around, because if this episode taught us anything, it is that nothing is predictable and everything is up for grabs. Until then, enjoy the silence of this quaint little office, and I will see you in the next episode of whatever this madness is. Goodbye for now.